Hello there, StarCraft fans. Welcome back to Community StarCraft 2. I'm going to be resuming the NASL finals. So this is the semifinals, the other half of it that we have not seen, at least not yet on this channel. This set of games is going to be between oGs'MC, who is the blue Protoss in the bottom right-hand corner of Tal'Darim, and he's going to be fighting Fnatic'Sen. I personally am a huge fan of both of these players. I love watching both these players play. Sen in particular, I actually didn't really know much about this guy. Look at Sen asking for not getting the 3-0. But I remember watching Sen in the NASL's regular season against Boxer in one of the best TVZs I've ever seen. And I think Boxer eventually won it 2-1, but it was just such a great series of games. MC and Sen just joking around a little bit. Sen is Taiwanese, right now probably the only notable player out of Taiwan, as they're kind of getting their esports scene established down there. Let's open up the production tab and see what's going on. MC, as is pretty normal on this map, is going Forge, Fast, Expand. But yeah, the Taiwanese esports league is just getting up and started, and Sen is really an anomaly over there. Really a great Taiwanese player, and I can't even think of another one out of Taiwan that's actually relevant on the pro scene. But getting over to MC, MC is widely regarded as the best Protoss player in the world right now. He does have 2 GSL championships, and he's always a threat to win whatever tournament he enters. He is in the semifinals here, and for those of you that have not seen the other half of the semifinals, go ahead and cover your ears and go watch that right now. That's Puma versus July, and the winner of this series is going to be fighting the winner of that previous series, who was Puma. So the winner of this is going to fight Puma in a best of 7. This match is going to be a best of 5 format, and whoever takes the first, or takes 3 games first, is going to win that, obviously. So we will see who gets to go to the finals to compete for that humongous $50,000 first place prize, and it should be interesting to see what happens. Now, this is also an interesting version of Tal'Darim, in which there's no little doodads up here to prevent units from standing there, and I did also see Boxer abusing that. So even though Boxer's been eliminated from this tournament, it seems like his name keeps coming up because of interesting circumstances. Sen is going to try to get a Zergling in here to see what's going on. He may actually be able to bypass this cannon. He's going to have to fight this probe, so very nice job of MC to fight that Zergling to buy time for the cannon to get up so the Zergling actually can't get inside the base. So this is, I mean, you can see the small little things that separate these, subpar pro players and the tip-top pro players, is just paying attention to things like that. MC pulling this probe, fighting the Zergling out in front of his base so that he did not have to waste any minerals by putting down a gateway here to complete the wall off, but also making sure he kills that Zergling before it sees anything interesting. This Overlord's going to float in here and also not see anything interesting. MC is not producing anything out of his gateway, but I would imagine a sentry is probably going to start as soon as the cybernetics core is done, as he does have the gas for it right now. I'm really interested to see how this series goes, because both of these players have a really nice play style. I don't even know if I've seen Sen play at PvZ yet before, which is strange, considering I did watch a lot of NASL. I've seen him really in TVZ, and I think in the mirror matchup of Zerg versus Zerg, but I didn't see many Protoss versus Zergs. And here's Sen abusing that little cliff right there, hiding his Overlord from MC. You can see that MC obviously cannot see up on top of that plateau unless he has something in the air to spot that. MC does have a Stargate going down, and I'm pretty sure Sen knows about this. He did see the little blotch right there of something going down. I'm pretty sure he could have clicked on that when he saw the blotch and seen the Stargate, so he should be pretty informed as far as what's going on. As soon as the Stargate finishes, he does queue up a Void Ray right away. There's a second cannon coming down at the front door. Sen is responding to this by taking a fast third, which you Zerg players should do if you see this happening. And interestingly enough, he's not taking the nearer third. So he's taking the third that's further away. And if MC gets a Void Array or 2 out and some Phoenix, he'll be able to cancel this expansion. So Sen needs to be a little bit careful right now as far as getting too aggressive and too spread out. He also hasn't started any creep spreading, which is kind of bad, but MC is now queuing up some Void Rays, or rather some Phoenix, now that the Void Ray is on the field. He is supply blocked, so he does have a couple of pylons coming down, which shouldn't slow down his Phoenix production, assuming those pylons can finish on time. And yeah, it's perfect timing, so the next Phoenix is ready to go. Also, interestingly enough, he's not rallying his Phoenix to his Void Ray. His rally for that Stargate is just right next to it, so I'm not sure if he's just waiting to show those for later, but Sen knows about this. I mean, his Overlord can still see that Phoenix, which this Overlord has got to be really shaken in his boots because there's an enemy unit right next to him that could kill him at any time. Void Ray's poking in here, losing its shields, taking just a tiny bit of damage on the actual unit itself, but does get out of there. MC's going to scout over here and not see a third, so he's going to think, huh, that's a little strange. So his Void Ray is no doubt going to be flying over here to check this other location for a third, and here's a second Stargate coming down from MC, which is very strange. Normally when players do this, they will go for a pretty fast, all-in-ish type of push to see what they can get done with those. The 4 Phoenix are now rallying to the Void Ray. The Void Ray is ready to fight some stuff at this expansion. Once the Phoenix get over here, he's going to raid this mineral line and probably kill this Queen pretty fast. Here come the Phoenix. Sen now knows that these Phoenix are all on the field, if he didn't already. Up they all come. The Queen gets lifted too far away from the Spore Crawlers. She's going to go down for sure, so there she goes. There's now a Hydralisk Den, almost finished for Sen. 2 Phoenix on the way out of these Stargates, so he's not producing any more Void Rays. You can see he's also queued up 2 deep in Phoenix on this Stargate. Now a few more gateways coming down. I'm really curious to see what MC is going to do out of this, because I've never seen him open 2 Stargates before and play with this many Phoenix. So I'm curious to see where he wants to eventually wind up with this, as you have to get some sort of tier 3 tech out at some point, unless you make some sort of really complicated Stargate and Gateway composition. So we'll see what happens. Down goes the Void Ray. That was a pretty big loss as these Hydralisks now pop. And there is an infestation pit coming down for Sen as well. So if Sen knows about both of these Stargates, which I think that he actually does, no, he does not see the second one, but I think he can put 2 and 2 together to see how many Phoenix are on the field and noting where these Phoenix are actually spawning from. The Overlord does go down, supply blocking Sen momentarily, but we will see what else is coming out of this. Here comes Pathogen Glands. Charge is now on the way for MC Zealots. As we can see, there's a big cloud of Phoenix here, and it's going to continue to grow. But MC's Stargates are now idle, and there's going to be some Zealots on the field. So I think he wanted to force Hydralisks, but I'm not sure that Zealots are really the best response right now in terms of longevity. He's almost looks like he's actually transitioning into a 6 gate, as he does have 2 more gateways coming down. He's going to make it a total of 6. He's going to blow down his Cybernetics core here and probably take his 3rd as soon as possible. Phoenix are still scouting around the map, seeing what they can do. One scary thing about these Phoenix is that if you get a mineral line that is not covered very well, such as this one, and if the Phoenix coming from the back, they're going to get a ton of free drone kills. Here comes some Hydralisks coming down here. The Phoenix don't want any part of that fight, and justifiably so. They will lose that unless you just get some really crazy lifts on those Hydralisks, and you're able to kill those efficiently. There's a bunch of Infestors about to pop here for Sen. Pneumatized Carapace, which means Overlord speed is on the way as well, and +1 melee attacks. Here comes the Templar Archive, so this is his tier 3 tech of choice. This is really interesting because back when I played Protoss, I did actually favor this Stargate Zealot Templar composition, but I felt eventually it just got too fragile, so curious to see what a player like MC is going to do with it. It's not every day you see a unit composition like this. And nice Fungals here coming down. MC does lift one of these Infestors. As you can see, it's going to go down for free. Zealots are now pressing in here. MC is actually looking pretty good in this fight. I'm surprised. The Zealots are ripping through everything that Sen is fielding. 12 more Hydralisks on the way, but MC's taking very few losses on all of his units, as we can see here. His Phoenix are doing very well at keeping those under control. This expansion is under a lot of trouble right now. There's going to be some units spawning here in just a moment, but I don't think that Sen has enough to hold this off. So we can see everything pressing in here. A couple of Queens are going to get caught out and picked off by these Phoenix. All the drones get pulled in order to try to fight these Zealots, and they are going to get them all down. But there's still 4 more Zealots he's going to have to deal with. Hydralisks are coming over here. The drones are just buying time to get these Hydralisks in here, so Sen doing a great job of cleaning up this push. I really like that push from the Protoss perspective, but this is why Sen is so good. He's really able to make stuff happen when it looks like he's got nothing going for him. And MC's losing too many Phoenix here. He really needs to shore up this army as much as he can and regroup. Meanwhile, MC's third is done. He does have Templar on the field, but the rest of his army is looking kind of skimpy. Sen is up by just a little bit in supplies. We can see about a 17 supply lead right now for Sen. Looking at his tech, he has not put up any new tech structures except for the Spire, which kind of went unnoticed during all that fight. MC now has a robotics coming up, as we can see in his main base. I don't know if this is going to be for a Colossus transition, but that would be a really nice choice. Here comes a Baneling Nest out of Sen, which is a little weird considering what he's seen out of MC. He obviously does not know about this robotics coming up, as he has not scouted over here in quite some time. You can see that his vision only shows his units on this side of the map, and that's what Stargate units will do for you. If you're Protoss, you'll be able to just find everything that's over here and it'll die for free, namely Overlords. But I'm curious to see what the Spire and Baneling Nest play is for, considering he has not used the Spire once. And the Baneling Nest against the composition he's seen so far is a little weird. It will kill Zealots easily, but I don't know. Here comes Ventral Sacs out of Sen, which is the Overlord dropping ability, and more Infestors. So Sen has an interesting unit composition on the field right now. It's Zergling, Hydralisk, Infestor. He should be floating just a little bit of gas, which he is right now. I don't know if he's saving that up for Banelings, considering that Centrifugal Hooks or Baneling Speed is now on the way. MC cannoning up his third. The Templar are building up a lot of energy. So if Sen goes for some sort of ground Baneling or Zergling or Hydralisk attack, I mean, these are all really vulnerable to storms. So if he gets good storms off, that'll be a mess for Sen to try and deal with. Still a couple of Phoenix hanging out. I like this proxy pylon location here, and we did see Blink coming down just a second ago. I know I didn't mention it, but these Stalkers do have Blink now, so he can reinforce right here, put some Blink Stalkers on the side of this ledge to harass just a little bit, and here comes one Baneling coming out to see what's going on. Sen does retreat it though, so both these players still just trying to feel this out a little bit. And MC is doing really well with this transition. He's opening up all the tech routes, as we can see, as Templar, Stargate, and Robotics tech all opened up now. I'm not sure if he's going to officially transition into Colossus, but if he sees that any of these Overlords that have speed on them, or the kind of Baneling count, or even just Overlords sitting over the army like this, that's going to be a big tell to say stay off Colossus as much as you can and get your Stargate units shored back up, considering he has a lot of units that just don't fight air units very well. But he has not made any stuff out of his Stargate for